Kenchi Predator Shear. This is a screw that might look ordinary. It's a little difficult to deal with. If you come across it, this is how to replace the screw, how to fix the screw on the Kenchi Predator. So this shear was sent to me by a sharpener because they were, a little leery about, they were new sharpeners. They've only been sharpening a few months, and a little leery about taking them apart. And, I got them and I turned them over and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, part of the screw's missing. So we ordered the screw from Kenchi, and this is it, the replacement screw. Took a little bit to get it. And they were like, oh, this is a tricky screw. Are you sure you don't want us to do it? And Misty's talking to him. She said, Bonnie can do anything. Bonnie, she trained Sammy and, back originally. And, if she can't do it, no one can. Well, now I know why she said that. So this, let me pull this out so you can see a little bit better what I'm talking about. And you see the this little slide clicking, locking thing? That's a different animal than I have ever seen before. So let's get this one out and figure out how to put this one in. There's always something new under the sun. That's it. You see the little thing that comes up? You unscrew it, turn it to the left, and you see that just rolled off. If I hadn't have grabbed it really quick with my legs, it would have been gone. So that's what that looks like. You've got to be a problem solver. So now that came apart. This is out. And you have a washer on this side and a washer on that side. So I'm going to sharpen these shears and then come back before I put them together. So I'm creating the ride line with my arc hones. I'm going to kind of fly through this video a little bit. And when I go to put the angle on them, I'm using a cushion 100 grit because I don't think these were sharpened correctly before. I think these are supposed to be a much sharper, finer edge because this is basically no edge to them at all. Nowhere near the edge. I'm going to set it at 40.
Kenchi has
this is Kenchi, yeah.
Kenchi and Taskeen has some stuff like that.
Why in the world would they do that?
Complicated, so they'll send it back for sharpening.
Yeah, well, I'm shooting a video for. I'm going to put the video on the Sharpeners Jam group, so they'll know. Hey Jay, these Predators, I'm doing them at 40 degrees, right? These Predators, I'm sharpening them at 40 degrees?
That's right.
Okay, because whoever had them before must have done them like at 25 or something. Because I'm having to move a lot of metal. And this is my curve adapter. I have the bad one, and so it's mine's a little wobblier. I set my clamp back down to like a 30. I might make it lower. So this is this little piece here. Can you see it? This unscrews. like a little, we're going to call this the helicopter screw, because it turns around and looks like a helicopter. I just have to give names for these screws. So this is going to be the helicopter screw, as far as I'm concerned, and names for it. And we've got all these washers. Now, an interesting thing is that is a different washer than was on the original. Isn't that odd? Because it was just a little bell washer. It didn't have the little clicker plate, I don't think. So, this is the decorative part. This is going to go in. See, the square peg goes in the round hole. This goes in first. And you hold it in place. And then, oh, forgot the washer. Plastic washer here. Now it seems to me, since the name Predator is on that side, that's where the fancy screw should go. But that won't fit in the hole there. This is going to go here. And that's one of the other things that would make this very confusing. So you make sure your nipple is up on that piece. And then this goes into place. Now the little helicopter propellers, see those, are going to screw into there. And if your fingers are too big, you could use tweezers or pliers or something. I'm holding that with my fingernail. Good luck if you don't have fingernails. Maybe 1, 2 more turns. This is fun. You suppose this one broke the rules and it goes in backwards? Is this the one square peg that goes into the square hole? Not hardly. Well, maybe so. Okay, let's turn it around so it's facing right side up. Okay, my 9th grade English teacher taught me that there's an exception to every rule. And there's no reason I can't be the exception. Here's the exception. This is the square peg that goes in the square hole. So now I'm going to put this here. Do they make these just to create a problem for us sharpeners, to make us crazy? Alright, that's there. And that's why we have to have the helicopter screw, is in order to make a square peg go into a square hole. Must be children that assemble these. to have fingers small enough to do this. And don't ask where I got this UFO tool. I just happen to have this. I wouldn't have to have this one. I can use a standard one, which I will, just so you don't think I've got some kind of secret trick here. And as I turn this, that center peg is also tightening. So this screw breaks my rule about the square peg going in the round hole. Oh, got it plenty tight. Too tight. Let's loosen it up some. And I can hear it click. So I know it's engaging. Alright, so let's see how this thing cuts. A secret testing paper. I'm going to do it double ply in case I've left any burrs behind. I'll cut a little bit. I actually could feel some burrs cutting off there. Alright, let's see how it cuts dry. Cuts dry. Tip pulls a little bit. Let's see what we can do with that tip. Now buffer. Yeah, I could see something. Didn't quite, I might not have gotten the burr right there at that tip. Let's see, this is a 320 grit. Just over the tip. There's no pushing. No pushing, no folding. Jay says he's come across these screws before and they're in various brands of shears. It's my first chance to see them. And yeah, he figured them out on his own, and you probably could too, but it's helpful if you've got a video to see what to do with them. And I'm going to call these the decorative helicopter screws, just to have a name for them. And so if you come across some interesting types of shears or screws or anything to share that you want me to sharpen them, fix it, try to figure it out and shoot a video, I'm open to it. And if you like this, make sure you hit the like button. This was a challenge.